Welcome back, folks. When I first set out to do this challenge, I wanted to do 38 plays in 31 days. As of filming this, I have read 4 plays across 7 days. That is approximately 10.5% of William Shakespeare's plays across 22.6% of the month of January. Now, I know what you're thinking. He can't possibly finish all of Shakespeare's plays by January 31st. And you're right, I cannot. At the current moment, I am cast in not 1, but 2 shows. The Tempest at my high school and The Sound of Music at a local community theater. And they have both been eating up a lot of my time, both with rehearsal and like the process of getting memorized. And so it kind of makes it hard for me to find the time to consume a huge amount of Shakespeare. But even though I don't think I'm going to be able to finish on January 31st, I will still finish this goal. I will read all of Shakespeare's plays. I just don't know how long it'll take. I plan, though, to make weekly videos regardless to, chronicleize my progress. I think that'll be fun. And in the spirit of chronicalizing that progress, I now, without further ado, will share some of the progress that I made across these 7 days. So, I read King Henry VI, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 across 4 days. And then I read King Richard III across 3 days because I got busy and I was sort of feeling a little unmotivated. I'd like to give you guys a quick rundown of each one of the plays. So I have it written on a script so I don't mess it up. So to begin with, there's like so much stuff that happens in these plays. Like I could make a whole 30-minute long video for like each one of these plays, but like nobody wants that. So let's just begin. So Henry VI, Part 1. Henry V, he's this great English king who conquered all of France, but now he's dead, and his heir is a baby. So the French revolt, because the French just got conquered by this guy, and now that that guy's dead, they're like, screw this. French revolt, and they're able to take their land back. This leaves the English feeling, bummed. Joan of Arc is there, and she gets burned alive. Joan was my favorite character. Those were the notes I took on that. But yeah, basically the majority of Henry VI Part 1 is people fighting in France, English people fighting in France to try to hold on to what Henry V won, but then they lose it all. And Henry VI isn't even really in it that much. It's kind of disappointing. But there were some banger lines in there. And here were some of my favorite. So, then come, O God's name. Oh, wait, no, then come, of God's name. I fear no woman, which I thought was, kind of funny. And then, coward of France, how much he wrongs his fame, despairing of his own arms' fortitude, to join with witches and the help of hell. And then another character's like, traitors never have other company. And then, one character was insulting another, and they were like, thy lewd, pestiferous, and dissentious pranks, as very infants prattle of thy pride. And then, so the king of France, who's sort of stirring up this rebellion, says to one English knight, he's like, on what submissive message art thou sent? To which the knight responds, submission, Dauphin, which is the title for King of France, Dauphin. Submission, Dauphin? 'Tis a mere French word. We English warriors wot not what it means. I was like, dang, that's pretty tough. I feel like for me personally, Henry VI Part 2, this is where things start to spice up a little bit. Nearly everyone around the now adult King Henry wants to kill him. This dude called the Duke of York, whose real name is Richard, is like, guys, really I should be king, because if my dad wasn't convicted of treason, I would be king. And then he drives King Henry into exile. Him and his sons are like, get out of here, King Henry, get out of here. And that's kind of how that play ends. Some of my favorite lines from Henry VI Part 2 were, a heart unspotted is not easily daunted. Another one is, forbear to judge, for we are sinners all. This one is one of my favorites. He can speak French, and therefore he is a traitor. Can he be that speaks with the tongue of an enemy be a good counselor, or no? This one is kind of another one I like. Knowledge, the wing wherewith we fly to heaven. And then lastly, this one kind of gave me chills when I first read it. Sword, hold thy temper. Hearts be wrathful still. Priests pray for enemies, but princes kill. That's just like, ugh. Gives me the willies. Henry VI Part 3. This is where our trilogy ends. Okay, so Henry is too scared, or like too holy, I don't know, to fight against the Duke of York, so he gets his wife Margaret and his son Edward to do it for them. Unfortunately for Henry, Edward, his son, gets killed. And then Henry gets captured and then killed. The Duke of York is also killed in like another battle, but his sons, Edward and Richard, survive him. So there's another Edward, but that Edward is the son of the Duke of York. It's a little confusing, but whatever. But anyway, his two sons, Edward and Richard, survive him. Edward is crowned king, and then Richard plots, like, as soon as Edward is crowned king, to be like, I'm gonna kill that guy, I'm gonna kill my brother. And so some of the best lines from this were, to weep is to make less the depth of grief. Tears then for babes, blows and revenge for me. And then, measure for measure must be answered. The next play, King Richard III, picks up exactly where King Henry VI, Part 3, leaves off. Richard is talking about how he plans to kill everyone in his family in order to get the crown. And he does just that. He, like, basically kills everybody. And then when everybody's like, yo, Richard is a jerk, like, we gotta get rid of this guy. Like, basically a whole bunch of people across England are like, Richard sucks, let's go get him! And then because he has no friends, because he, like, killed everybody, he gets absolutely destroyed. Here were some of my favorite lines from King Richard III. Thou are unfit for any place but hell. That's a character, like, talking to Richard. And then here's another one that they spit off. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes. And then this is a line from Richard. And thus I clothe my naked villainy with old ends stolen out of holy writ, and seem a saint when most I play the devil. And then some of these quotes are a little longer, so I'm just gonna pull out the old Shakespeare. I got it marked though, so I'll find it. Let me see. So these are two murderers that are plotting to kill somebody on behalf of Richard. Zounds, he dies! I had forgot the reward. Where is thy conscience now? In the Duke of Gloucester's purse. Duke of Gloucester is Richard, by the way. It's weird because they have their real names, but they also have their titles, and so it gets a little wonky. And then this is another good line. This is a back and forth between Richard and another woman. Say I will love her everlasting, but how long shall the title ever last? And then here's another good one. This is a Richard line. It's, let not our babbling dreams affright our souls. Conscious is but a word that cowards use, devised at first to keep the strong in awe. Our strong arms be our conscience, swords our law. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Shakespeare's histories. They can feel a little bit long at times and drag for a bit, but I will admit they have some pretty cool moments. In Richard III, for instance, there's this nightmare scene where Richard is visited by all the people that he's killed and all the people he's wronged. And it's just like, there are so many of them that it's like, oh my gosh, that's like kind of crazy. And it's not just people that he kills in Richard III. It's like all the way back in like King Henry VI part like 2. It's like, it's just wild to me. And Richard has this great monologue after he's visited by all the goats, and I just wanted to read that because I thought it was pretty cool. Give me another horse, bind up my wounds, have mercy, Jesu. Soft, I did but dream. Thou coward conscious, how dost thou afflict me? The lights burn blue. It is now dead midnight. Cold, fearful drops stand on my trembling flesh. What do I fear? Myself? There is none else by. Richard loves Richard. That is, I am I. Is there a murderer here? No. Yes, I am. Then fly. What, from myself? Great reason why. Alack. Great reason why, lest I revenge. What? Myself upon myself? Alack, I love myself. Wherefore? For any good that I myself have done to myself? Oh no, alas, I rather hate myself for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain, yet I lie. I am not. Fool of thyself, speak well. Fool, do not flatter. My conscience has 1,000 several tongues, and every tongue brings in a several tale, and every tale condemns me for a villain. Perjury, perjury in the highest degree. Murder, stern murder in the direst degree. All several sins, all used in each degree. Throng to the bar crying, oh, guilty, guilty, I shall despair. There is no creature loves me. And if I die, no soul shall pity me. Nay, wherefore should they, since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself. I would say, if you enjoy political intrigue, war, and sort of family drama, I think you'll enjoy Henry VI and Richard III. I will say it helps to read like Henry VI Part 1, 2, and Part 3, just to give you context for Richard III. Like, I feel like I was able to appreciate Richard III more because I had the context. Hopefully I'll be able to read some more plays this week. I really enjoy sharing my progress with y'all. If you have any like opinions on any of the plays I read, comment them down below because I love to hear about it. I think that's all. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your New Year's resolutions. Yeah, peace.